It just took me stepping up my self-discipline and really isolating myself and then focusing on what I needed to focus on, and everything just manifested after that. It was like natural, organic, one thing led to another, and the more progress you see, you start to reap the rewards from your hard work, you know what I mean? Even if it's just getting things accomplished, you know what I mean, and making more goals to achieve, you know what I mean? It just, everything fell right in place.
Yeah, it's Jezzo. DirtBagz. 1,000. Amazing what's happening. What's happening? Northside shit, nigga. Northside 219, nigga. Yeah, listen, look. You ain't never heard a Gary nigga spit it like this. Perks, coke, dope hoes, bitch, I get it like this. I ain't never had shit.
Chief Creative Officer, so he does a lot of like the brand narrative stuff and like actually actually scripting out stories for brands and such. I had him like take all my notes and then like put it into a paragraph. So just like a bit of your story, and then so we'll go through all this. And then
any point in this. So again, this is just that first draft. So this is for you to hear it out and see if it resonates with you. And if it doesn't, you rebuttal, you challenge it, you say, okay, this doesn't fit with where I'm going or what I feel. And so then we note that, and so we can change it, and so we can make this as accurate as possible so that by the end of this we have a pretty cohesive profile of who it is you are and where it is you want to go and who it is you want to look like and be when you start sending out your message.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to take, I'll do the action plan and like how we're going to actually grow this brand on the content side. If you want to start with just like and you guys haven't spoken in person, so this will be cool to get on video. If you want to go over like literally just what you took from my notes and everything and what you put together into a brief, and then we'll say, hey, you like this, you don't like this, and we'll kind of refine it a bit. So.
Yeah, so I'll read word for word, you tell me what doesn't again resonate, and then we'll just kind of change it on the fly. Alright? So first things first is you're a dad, you're a father.
Correct.
How many kids?
One biological and one unbiological.
Awesome. And then you want that to be a part of your story.
Correct.
So G.I. is a father who was gifted with rhythm by his own dad, setting him on a path that he continues till today. Awesome. G.I. works as his father did to be an inspiration for his child. Growing up, he was raised with love and music. Writing music and poetry as a result of this affection, he wishes to gift it to his child and those who look up to him for inspiration. And I can put children as well.
We can change it. This is
100%.
the back end.
Right. And it's a rough draft.
It is.
Yeah, revise it.
100%. G.I. began producing music at 24 in the entertainment industry and rendered his first project, DirtBagz, as a result.
First project.
So,
Okay, yeah, let's pause there.
Yeah, so I think, you just
DirtBagz is a group.
But
The project was called What the Streets Been Missing, and it was a product of the DirtBagz.
And with that, but you've been making music, you guys been making music before. Did you get, what all the stuff that was with DirtBagz before? With Smoke and Ill Will?
Smoke dropped the album. There was a lot of my features on his album. We really didn't.
What about all that stuff that you and Ill Will?
That was the first project that we dropped. That was What the Streets Been Missing.
Okay, how old were you when you did that?
I was about, this was 2010.
Okay.
so you dropped your first project 2010.
8 years ago, about, 24.
Okay, about
20, 25, 26, something like that.
okay, we'll go with 24.
Yeah.
Younger the better.
Yeah.
So 2010, the project was What the Streets Been Missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the Streets Been Missing.
Yeah, so that's the project I was thinking about.
Yeah. When did you actually start the brand DirtBagz?
We started the brand DirtBagz long before that.
Yeah.
2008, 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was it? It might have been before that though. Or it came after Fred and it was dead by the time it came back up.
Yeah, it was after Fred. I was still in school. I was out of school when we started. I was about, I want to say 22, 23, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2008. 2008. We started DirtBagz. We started doing music, and that's when B-Lo came home and started Stomp.
Yep.
It was the
Started
Stomp.
Stomp. Yep. I remember
Stomp ENT, and Smoke released his project, and then after that, it kind of fell to the wayside, and then that's when we converted to DirtBagz and started working on our own stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was about 2010.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. And did you leave DirtBagz?
So DirtBagz is the brand. So DirtBagz is the
DirtBagz is a brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So originally, DirtBagz was just a group of friends in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so it's not like you really left DirtBagz.
No.
You get what I'm saying? It wasn't like an established company or.
But is that
kinda-
group still with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, certain
core,
people.
the core members,
Right.
which is only 2 members,
2 members.
are still together. We were a group of 4, then we were 5, and then we kind of destroyed and rebuilt it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Who's the other member currently?
Smoke.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Tell me in like 2 seconds what the inspiration, because it's in here, but what was the inspiration for DirtBagz in your mind? Like, what does it represent for you as a brand and for the people that resonate with you?
I came up with the slogan from Dirt to Diamonds. You know what I mean? I just wanted to symbolize people that grew up in harsh environments. You know, very bad times. You know what I mean? Just was dealt a bad hand in life and still, you know what I mean, found a way to make better of themselves, still good parents, and still, you know, are very talented, you know, just might not have the opportunities that the average person will have in a better environment, you know what I mean? And
For
just
sure.
want to motivate people that are in those type of, you know what I mean, areas to, you know, it's possible. Like, I done been through everything under the sun, from being shot, to being strung out on drugs, to being lost, to being flat broke, homeless. Like, I done been through it all. Felt like, you know, I had nobody in my corner because I'm not originally from here. I'm from Indiana. So, you know, only family I had was the people I was around, you know, and you know how that is when you have friends. So, you know what I mean? But I was able to turn it all around and make it a positive, and now it's motivating a lot of people, you know what I mean, that actually seen and witnessed what I went through, you know what I mean? And I think I could influence people around the world. You know?
Yeah, so you're taking the dirt, the shit, everything that you came out of, and you're turning around and you're using it as fuel, and you're giving it to people who are going through the same thing to use it as fuel for themselves too.
Exactly.
I wanted to say this too. Another thing that I think, you know, when I hear the DirtBagz, it's like society may look at us, right, and say those guys are dirtbags, right? And it's sending the message that we'll even take whatever society labels us and turn that into something for good. And understand the same people that you thought were dirtbags, look at what we're doing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, whatever you call me, I'll be there. But that doesn't mean that, you know, the outcome of what I do is going to be the same narrative as what you call it. You know? Right.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable. At the end of the day, I'm complex and I'm here to do work and change.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's perfect.
100%. So you had this venture start off. It was 2008 that DirtBagz, the group started to form. 2010 you came up with your first project. Now continuing through that, you went to jail.
Went to jail
Yeah.
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Because this did not stop you from coming back and doing exactly everything that
Exactly.
you're doing, which is an amazing story.
Yeah.
So
I had me going to jail. That was a whole episode. I was in a high-speed chase in 2 states.
I remember
You know what I mean? Like, I was in jail in like 8 counties.
I was on the phone with you for when you was on the highway speed chase.
Yeah.
I remember. I'm like, man, what's going on, man? He was like, fuck it, man. I don't give a fuck. He was like, I don't give. I was like, where are you at?
They got me with the spike strips on 30 miles per hour. 15 police cars.
Hey, and he's talking to me on the phone while all this is happening.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh man, they just threw the spike strips. I was like, they just threw the spike strips? He's like, yeah. I was like, did you hit him? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, I'm about to hop out and run. He's like, I'm gonna holler at you. Hangs up the phone.
They police beat the shit out of me. You hear me? I got out the car and ran in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, you told me, you're like, I'm about to run in the woods or whatever.
It was a detective, bro. Like, he was in an unmarked Charger. He was on me.
Oh, yeah. In the woods,
He was the
too?
one behind me on the chase.
Yeah.
He was on me when I ran, and he pummeled me.
And that was before body cameras.
Yeah, that was before all of that. Like, I was like, I'm so happy to be alive.
Yeah,
Because
for
they
real.
could have killed
They
me.
could have killed you and got away with
They coulda
scot
killed me.
free with it.
Indiana, too. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'd have got you.
That's a red state.
Yeah.
They would have got away with it.
I kind of wanna understand the experience, sort of just your experience, how you reflected when you were in jail, and what it is that you motivated you while you were in there. Once you got out, that just didn't stop that fire, right? Because a lot of times, you have people that go in there and their fire dies. But you come out, your fire doesn't die, and now you're more motivated than ever to like just keep going.
I reinvented myself when I went to jail. You know what I mean? I went from T-Jizzle to G.I. Jizzle, and then I came up with the 1000 Entertainment, you know what I mean, my record label. And, you know, I feel like that's where the real blueprint to what I'm doing today started, you know what I mean? It originated in one of them counties I was in. The Port County Jail, I think, was the one I stayed in for the longest, but I just, you know, I felt like I was too smart, you know what I mean? I knew I was misguided, but I knew I was smart as hell. I just didn't know how to apply it, and then I'm such a product of my environment that I was just consumed by what was around me, and I'm just in the gutter. I'm in the worst parts of Minneapolis, you know what I mean? Like, this is where I reside in, and so this is how I thought, this is how I'm in survival mode more than anything.
You didn't even have like a mentor or anybody to
Exactly.
look up to, role
Exactly.
models
I
to
didn't
look
have
up
no
to.
kid back
Yeah.
then, you know what I mean, keep me motivated, nothing. I was just out trying to find my way, you know what I mean, doing what I knew. My older cousins were hustlers, always got out the streets, like that's what I knew, you know what I mean.
One thing I can see that's going to be really, really important for your brand and for how you're actually going to impact people through it and get following is to capitalize on helping people understand like your experience and also tying it into, let's take another angle. So Juice WRLD just died, right? And you got all these people, you know, talking about all the reasons behind that, but at the end of the day, he was a part of a, you know, rest in peace, he was a part of a subculture of rap that's, you know, completely engrossed with pills, engrossed with all that whole environment. Whether or not they do it themselves, they're still putting that out there, they're putting it in the music, you know, it's a whole culture, right? And if you're a part of that culture, you're part of that environment, like it affects you, right? You can't escape it, right? So helping people who are going through shit or going through environments like that understand, you know, how did you get out of that? How did you get out of, you know, the places you were in and become successful, become an entrepreneur? You know, not that there's anything wrong with those places or those people or those environments, but it's like, how do we transcend them? You know, because every artist has to transcend their environment, right, to some extent, no matter where they come from. But you just have a really big opportunity to show people like you have a lot of potential how they can do that.
Exactly. So all the way to this point where I'm at now, you know, I just had to make that mental decision that I'm not going to be the same person who I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to do something different. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to accomplish something every day towards what I want to do in my life versus just going with the flow and, you know what I mean, not getting nothing done. You look up the whole day and go by and we ain't did shit, you know what I mean? Like, I just refuse to live like that, like, you know, especially with me having a son now, knowing what I've been through and then the way God is blessing me, you know what I mean, to have these opportunities now, you know what I mean? I would be a fool, like, to not do it when I'm like, could really change my whole family, you know what I mean? Like, I could make a lot of people's lives better, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just, I stay motivated and I'm gonna just keep going, you know what I mean? For real.
The key word that he used when you asked that question, right? First thing he said was self-discipline.
That's exactly what I was going to
You talk about that all the time
when I speak to the kids, that self inward, right? It comes to the point where, you know, at first you're a product of your environment, so you're a product of everything outside. And the only way to defeat what's on the outside that's affecting you is to look inward, right? So you went into self-discipline, you started accomplishing things for yourself, you know, you wanted to change the old person that you was, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you said, I can't remember exactly word for word. But, you know, And just, you know, and I think a place that you're at that happened is when you went to jail. You know what I mean? Where it's a time of isolation that you said, and it was self-reflection, right? And when you came out, you came up with 1,000 ENT. And I remember you used to make blogs about I'm keeping it 1,000, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. So, and what that tells me is that, you know, a majority of people, they'll say keep it 100, or they're gonna do this, give it 100%. And you say, you know, it has to be more than that.
Exactly.
But you have to really dig deep and give it 1,000%.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what you're representing is the work ethic, the discipline, and doing it giving it 1,000% your own.
Exactly.
You know,
dealing with the real stuff, not about your image or
exactly.
You know, it's a big popularity contest out here, but it really don't mean that. I want to stick to what's real. Like I was raised on morals and values, and you know what I mean. Like
Let's not stick in high school.
Yeah, for real. Like a lot of people out here lost.
Yeah. Right.
A lot of people out here lost.
And
I used to be one.
Right. And until you found yourself.
Exactly.
So it's more about finding who you are.
Exactly.
And sometimes with us realizing who we are, we have to accept where we are and who we are.
Exactly.
A lot of times people don't want to accept who they are and where they're at in life.
And it takes and to that, just to piggyback off that, it takes a lot of responsibility to own who you are, and then be willing to then also take on others who don't.
Exactly.
And so that just, in my mind, I just think the shepherd, and that's what it seems as though you're aspiring yourself to be.
Exactly.
You just mentioned you brought God into it, so you're essentially building yourself to be a shepherd for those who are lost.
Exactly.
Which is beautiful. So you were shot, right? And you were shot at once. Phone saved you, and then you were shot again.
Yeah.
Both
straight bullets. Yeah.
Both straight bullets.
Both could have killed me. One, I was on the phone. I was actually on my phone, and the bullet went through my finger and hit my phone. A little thin flip phone. The phone was about this thin. It stopped at 45 shit. And I didn't even happen so quick.
It was a 45?
Yeah. I didn't even realize that I had been shot. I just ducked, and then whatever girl car I was ducking behind, she was like, "Look at your hand." And I looked, and it was leaking. And then I stood up, and I felt blood running down my neck. I didn't know what happened. Police finally came, and we went back to where my phone was shattered in 4 pieces, and they kicked it out the way, and the shell was in like 4 pieces. Fragments. They pulled little fragments out of my jaw right here. So that bullet go an inch in any other direction, I'm out of there. You know what I mean? Could have been bad. The second one, I was standing in front of Augie's downtown, waiting on a friend of mine to park in the parking lot corner. And on a Monday night, it's dead. The streets are vacant. Somebody pulled out of the parking lot in between the gay 90s and Augie's and pulled up to that stoplight right where the tracks are on 5th. Shot out of the car back towards Augie's. They was trying to shoot somebody that just walked in the door. I just so happened to be in the way. My back was to them. I ain't see it coming or nothing. I heard the shot, felt the shot, went down, and the guy kept shooting over me. I seen the glass shatter. Somebody else on the inside got shot because there was multiple people in there. So luckily, I didn't just go in the club, and I was waiting for my friend to go in there because I would have been the last person standing right in the door when they started shooting. So, you know what I mean? But that bullet put a hairline fracture on my vertebrae. It hit my lung, my kidney. It broke a rib, and it grazed my arm as an accident. And at that point, my son was 3 months old, so I was really lost in. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't even think I could have kids. I had my first biological, and this happened, and I know if it wasn't for me, I was just like, what is God trying to tell me? And that was the biggest turning point in my life. Like, that's when everything that I had manifested from me going to jail and everything that I had been through, that's when it really kicked in. Like, okay, now it's time to stop